smart thing you did was like transitioning back into the Colossi, like having disruptors there and then transitioning back into Colossi. It was good, but yeah, the rest of the stuff was... I don't know how to finish also. You just needed bigger production, you needed to max out. Okay, so this is finals of DeVoid organized tournament for Division 2, which is 4000 MMR and lower players. And it's Oceanborn LE, and it's on the left upper corner, Terran player in red colors, Lutrax, playing versus Moon, which is a Zerg player, on bottom right corner in the purple colors. And they have gone through the ladder, the whole thing. I believe we were like 7 players or whatever, and they're playing the finals. I believe that Moon has 1 point on the board because he's the winner from the winner bracket. So technically it's best of 3, but if Moon wins, he takes the win and he goes home with the prize pool and everything else. So Moon starts with the hatchery first, the natural goes into spawn pool. Lutrax is going for barracks and SCV scout, which is quite a standard thing. There might be Reaper coming, he has already left the place for attachment, which might be reactor, might be tech lab, we'll see how it goes, and goes with SCV most likely for natural command center building shenanigans. Nothing super special. Moon leaves 1 drone on gas, interesting. So I believe that's to mine enough for what exactly? For speed? To go for 3rd hatch and then into speed? Okay. Double queens. Overlord. More drones, 2 lings on the board. Meanwhile, Lutrax builds a reactor, supply depot, and harassing Reaper. He's already on the way. And he meets 2 lings on the path. I usually try to hide those lings to run for harassment to the natural, to kill off this SCV which is building the natural, but Moon had different idea. He's wasting the Reaper's time to get the queens out, so the queens pop. He injected both of them, interesting, because technically usually you should build a creep tumor with the natural queen. There is a CV patrolling for the 3rd base possibility, there is queen going to get rid of this pesky little SCV. Reaper scouts the information, SCV goes down, and the 3rd base of Zerg player goes down. Also, he's coming up with a link speed and building 1 more queen. What's the Terran doing? Terran is aggressively going for 3rd command center. He's building a bunker for Marines and switching the barracks with the factory to most likely provide Hellions, Mines or Cyclones, but I believe that will be Hellions. This is the thing that every Terran is afraid from me, because I go for 9 roaches, or if they are not good enough to scout out that I would go for 9 roaches, and then they get their arses whooped all over the place. But this is not the case. This is a full-on macro game, and Mr. Moon is going for Baneling's Nest as half partially wall off in the natural and droning up. There is team researching for Terran player and 2 Hellions coming down. He is saturating his natural. He has finished his 3rd, which is also going to be orbital. Oh boys, we are here for a long macro game. There is Reaper to Hellion harassment, which is countered by Queen. And Terran player has built a starport and builds a liberator. There is 1 more barracks, so that's like 3 barracks. Probably he will go into 5 racks, then into 8. Zerg player opens up with a lot of links, goes for player. And probably the next will be Bane Speed, because why not? Lings surround Hellions and Reaper, which I guess Moon was already expecting that will come to harass his mineral line of third base, and he's moving out with Zerglings to scout if there is a third base already down. He spots technically the Liberator, and he has one Spore in every base except the third, so Liberator harassment will not be great success. There are 4 Hellions, Hydra Den, Bane Speed, and Lings, which are chasing the Hellions around. Terran player goes for +1/+1. Health packs for the Marines. Is the Steam already done? Steam is already done. So there is usual bio play. Moon warps in warps or morphs. He's morph or transforming, to be correct, some Lings into Banelings, because the Baneling speed should be done, and Banelings are really good to get rid of pesky Hellions, which Lutrax has a bunch of. While he's transitioning into siege tanks, some medivacs, and big pile of Marines. Probably push will be coming out if timing correctly, with +1/+1 finishing, so our Zerg player has to get ready for that kind of crap coming down. He's going for the 4th. He has the Hydra then. Does Hydra have any upgrades? Not yet, so no Hydra upgrades. He's not starting them until he's done with the 4th. The army supply right now is in favor of Terran player. He's building up army and he will come. And Moon got to be ready, but Moon is overfloating. Holy crap, how many minerals right now. It's like 3000 resources overfloating here. But that means a lot of Banes, which can come to finish off the third base. Is that the plan, Mr. Moon? Will you warp in some Banes here? He should, because Banes are really good. Yeah, he goes for 14 Banes, and Banes are really good against Marines. The 4th base is almost finished. He's going to check out if there is anything else happening, and there is the push of Terran player. Only 2 siege tanks, there should be third. The 3rd siege tank is quite crucial. But Moon has an idea that he wants to sandwich the Terran army. Well, Banes are not too fast, but Banes get a lot of big connections. Both siege tanks has gone down, which is good, but still 6-7 Marines are left. Moon goes for +1/+1 upgrades for his Lings. Meanwhile, he has produced freaking 16 Hydras. He starts with a range upgrade for Hydras, not with a Hydra speed upgrade. I believe that might be to counter incoming medivacs, or maybe he just didn't have the resources, but no, he just queued up the both of the upgrades. Warping in some, transforming in some Banelings. Unfortunately, not in a good place, but there is a lot of Hydras on the top side of the ramp. He needs those Banes. He needs those Banes. Yeah, that's why he's not cancelling them and not moving elsewhere, because otherwise he will not be able to counter the push, especially because he doesn't know what happens after it. Now it's only... No, pretty much no Hydras were lost in this fight. Wow. Terran player is beelining his troops. More Marines. He's going for +2/+2, producing 14 Marines at the time. Zerg needs Banelings awfully much. So the fight takes place on the ramp. There is siege tank already placed here, and there is most likely one more siege tank coming. No, there is not. My bad. And Moon is going for the 5th base, building 8 overlords. This is typical for me, typical I guess for a lot of Zergs, building a lot of overlords at the same time when you are supply blocked at the most inconvenient time. There are no more siege tanks, which is very convenient for Zerg player. Now he has to get rid of only the Marines, which he does partially. Still, Terran player had bigger army supply. There is a run-by of Marines into the fort base of the Zerg player. Lutrax takes very convenient position to hold that harassment. What's the amount of workers killed? Actually nothing at all. There is 3 workers killed for Terran player and only 1 SCV for Zerg. Terran is clearing up the creep, and for some reason Moon is allergic to banelings. He's not actually making them more. He's going for infestation pit and lurker then. So he is going to transition into the Hydra lurker. He's having more Banes now. He decides to warp in them now. There is 1 more siege tank coming, 2 more liberators. There is Ghost Academy being built for the Terran player. He has built a 4th base, which he's going to lift and place probably here, or maybe here, I don't know. The 5th base is done. There are some infestors on way, 3 infestors, plus 1 attacks for Hydras, plus 2 armor for all units. 2 medivacs loaded with Marines, which have +2/+2, is going sides. Looks like Terran player has increased his production big enough and he is increasing with more factories. That's 1 more factory to pump out more siege tanks. He's pre-splitting 2 siege tanks, a lot of Marines, 2 liberators, some medivacs. That was a throw of Marines, but there is this band of Marines coming in. But Moon is on top of the case already with some Banes coming up. Unfortunately, steamed Marines are fast enough to kite Banes even on creep. One trade at a time. In the middle there is a beeline of a huge Terran army. There are more Marines here waiting next to the main base of Lutrax. There is 1 Marine still working on that, but the main army starts moving. Okay, are there any lurkers? No. No Banes, just 2 free infestors with fungals. That's only hope. 1 fungal lands. More fungals are needed. 21 banelings are being warped in. There is 1 more army of Zerg player on this side of the map. He has not gone for +2/+2, neither for attacks on the range or melee. And there comes technically the sandwich, but practically the roly-polies roll over the Terran army. Nice fungal. Really nice fungal there. Siege tank in the bushes are keeping clear on the army, but there are liberators and more siege tanks here. That's really smart placement from Terran player, but it will be cleared up by Zerg. Terran is going for +3/+3. Zerg is going for +3 armor and +3 ranged for filling back his army with more lings. Worker advantages for Zerg player, but not that big actually. And Terran is going for +2 vehicle weapons, which is for siege tanks. Zerg is going for lurker range attacks and 2 Vipers. Oh, the caster usage is going to be... There is 1 medivac being loaded and sent up to the 5th base of Zerg player for harassment once again. While Moon is transforming his lings into Banes to join his army. He has army over here, the main army over here, and the second part of army over here. Unfortunately, Banes get caught out, but not really. They managed to run away. That's cool. And so there is 2 parts of army. Vipers are filling up their energy bar, and one medivac is being sent to the natural to be dropped. No Spore here in convenient place, but Viper, fantastic catch out from the Viper, and the second army is going for attack to the Terran player main base. One factory gone down. Nice fungal. One more fungal, 3 fungals, and the army is lost, but this Terran drop squad did kill off the 5th base of Moon. Some production units, some reinforcements. Part of wall of natural base was the one that took down that Zerg took down, and the 5th base was that fell from Terran. For Zerg player and the Terran player, the natural wall of. I'm already messing up. Oof. We are at 16-minute mark. Jesus. Okay. Steel Lings, Vipers, two Infestors, a lot of Bailings. No transition from Zerg player at the moment. I'm expecting Ultras, but there are already Ghosts coming. It was, I believe, a maxed out army which attacked the planetary there from the moon. And he's pushing in when he's losing. Yeah, he lost the Banes and Lings, and he's falling back with Hydras, which is a smart move. There is one more medivac drop going again for the 5th base of the Zerg player. And he's warping in. Yeah, Zerg player is warping in 5 lurkers. Hit squad from the Terran goes for the 5th base. There's nothing else happening, so technically Zerg player should be paying attention, but he didn't cancel the 5th base, and the whole hit squad of Terran player gets out. But Terran player has been left on only one mining base. He has rebuilt two command centers, so he's going for 4th. He wanted to go for this as his 5th, but then he decided, I believe, to turn this into planetary. Or just hold this in reserve. Oh boy. +3 vehicle weapons, +3 range attacks, +3 melee attacks for Zerg player, +3 vehicles for the Terran. Where are the lurkers? Is there Nidus? Or it will be a drop? Zerg is taking 6th and 7th at the same time. Lurkers are here. So they clean up this squad. They are protecting this ramp. So technically Terran can move through this where the creep is. Or here. So Zerg will have vision. Or he will move over there where the lurkers are defending. And Zerg once again goes in for the head of Terran player, which is a nice move. He needs to support this. There's still a hit squad of Ghosts and Marauders left with the 2 siege tanks over here covering them. Hydras. And it was GG. Was it a GG? This base was still mining. I did miss something, guys? I have a feeling I missed something. What did I miss? Well, this base was technically mining. There's a planetary, there's planetary here. Yes, there are lurkers over here, but GG, I guess, yeah.